Did you know that Cape Verde was uninhabited until the Portuguese discovered it in the 15th century, turning it into a key stop in the transatlantic trade routes? Today, this cluster of islands in the Atlantic is known not for its dark past, but for its sun-soaked beaches, vibrant culture, and no-stress way of life. Politically, it's a rarity, a peaceful African nation that ranks high on governance and press freedom indexes. Economically, it's making waves too, with renewable energy projects and a growing reputation as a tourist hotspot. And let's not forget the fun facts. Cape Verdeans are so globally connected that their diaspora outnumbers the country's 500,000 residents. Fancy some quirky island hopping? The distance between two Cape Verde islands can feel like stepping into a different world, lush and green on Santo Antão, desert-like on Boa Vista. Whether you're here for the history, the hiking, or just a chance to groove to Funana under the stars, Cape Verde has a charm that's impossible to resist. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the islands that truly have it all. A few nuggets of trivia. First, let's set the scene. Cape Verde, officially known as the Republic of Cabo Verde, is like that charismatic underdog who charms everyone at the party. It's small, just over 4,000 square kilometers, but packed with diversity. Each island has its own unique personality, from the desert-like terrain of Sal to the lush greenery of Santo Antão. It's also one of the few countries in the world with more people living abroad than within its borders. Diaspora, anyone? Oh, and fun fact, there's no Cape Verde Cape. The name comes from Cape Verde, or Cabo Verde in Portuguese, a promontory on the Senegalese coast, which early explorers passed on their way to discovering the islands. A brief stroll through history. Cape Verde's story began with its uninhabited discovery by Portuguese sailors in the mid-15th century. Strategically located along the transatlantic trade routes, it became a hub for commerce, including the grim history of the Atlantic slave trade. Over time, the islands developed a mixed-race population, blending African and European heritage, a diversity that defines its culture to this day. Fast forward to the 20th century, when Cape Verde joined the wave of African nations seeking independence. Achieving sovereignty in 1975, the country has since embraced democracy, with stable elections making it one of Africa's most politically steady nations. Currently led by President José Maria Neves, Cape Verde navigates the challenges of economic development with pragmatism. Despite being resource scarce and highly dependent on tourism and remittances. Visas, residence, and bureaucratic know-how. For most visitors, Cape Verde offers a warm welcome. EU citizens, Americans, and many others enjoy visa-free entry for short stays, but you'll need an e-visa or visa on arrival for longer visits. If settling down is on your mind, Cape Verde is surprisingly approachable. The country offers a residency permit for those with stable income sources, retirees with pensions, or anyone willing to invest in local businesses or real estate. The application process involves patience, a knack for paperwork, and a good pair of walking shoes for trips to government offices. Taxes to pay or not to pay. Once you've settled, expect a relatively straightforward tax system. Cape Verdeans pay income tax ranging from 10 to 30% depending on earnings, alongside VAT, value-added tax, at 15% on goods and services. Property taxes are modest, making real estate an appealing investment for expats. Real estate, beachfront bliss, or urban vibes. Cape Verde offers a range of real estate opportunities, from modern apartments in bustling city centers to serene beachfront villas overlooking the Atlantic. Properties in prime tourist hubs like Sal and Boa Vista, known for their golden beaches, tend to be the most expensive, with apartments starting at around 10 million escudos, 85,000 euros, and luxury villas easily exceeding 25 million escudos, over 200,000 euros. In contrast, islands like Santiago or Santo Antão offer more affordable options. A modest two-bedroom house in a smaller town might cost as little as 4 million escudos, 34,000 euros. For those looking to rent, A furnished one-bedroom apartment in Praia or Mindelo can cost between 25,000 and 40,000 escudos per month, 200 to 350 euros, while long-term rentals in touristy areas are often priced higher, catering to expats and seasonal visitors. If beachfront living is your dream, be prepared for premium pricing, but the reward is waking up to ocean views and the sound of waves. Foreigners are legally allowed to purchase property in Cape Verde, and the process is relatively straightforward compared to other countries. Buyers should budget an additional 6 to 8% of the property's price for taxes and fees, including registration and notary costs. While some islands have well-developed real estate markets, others, like Brava or Mayo, are still emerging, making them attractive options for those seeking untouched beauty and long-term investment potential. Cost of living. What's in your shopping basket? Living in Cape Verde is relatively affordable, especially when compared to European or North American standards, but costs can vary depending on the island and your lifestyle. Groceries for a typical week might include staples like rice, potatoes, and fresh fish, which are affordable. Fresh fish often costs around 500 to 1,000 escudos per kilogram, 4 to 8 euros. Local fruits and vegetables such as papayas, mangoes, and tomatoes are available at markets for around 100 to 300 escudos per kilogram, 1 to 3 euros. Imported goods, however, are significantly pricier. A bottle of imported wine might set you back 1,500 escudos, 12 euros, while a box of cereal could cost 600 to 800 escudos, 5 to 7 euros. Dining out is a treat in Cape Verde, with local meals like cachupa or grilled fish available at small restaurants for about 500 to 800 escudos, 4 to 7 euros. A 3-course meal for two at a mid-range restaurant will cost around 4,000 escudos, 35 euros, making eating out affordable for many expats. Transportation is inexpensive, with shared minibuses, alugers, costing 50 to 100 escudos, under 1 euro, for short trips, and fuel prices hover around 150 escudos per liter, about 1 euro. Rent varies depending on location. In Praia or Mindelo, a modest one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs between 25,000 and 35,000 escudos per month, 200 to 300 euros, while similar accommodations in touristy areas like Sal or Boa Vista might be pricier. Utilities, electricity, water, and internet, average around 6,000 to 8,000 escudos per month, 50 to 70 euros. Though electricity can spike due to air conditioning, overall, Cape Verde offers an affordable lifestyle, particularly if you embrace locally produced goods and services, but imported luxuries come at a premium. For digital nomads or retirees earning foreign currency, it's a comfortable balance between affordability and a high quality of life. Healthcare, a mixed bag. The healthcare system in Cape Verde is a work in progress. Public healthcare is accessible but basic, and many expats opt for private care or travel to Lisbon for complex treatments. For routine needs, local clinics and pharmacies are competent, and there's a growing number of private hospitals with international standards. Culture and lifestyle, the heartbeat of Cabo Verde. Cape Verde is more than just an idyllic archipelago. It's a living, breathing tapestry of history, music, food, and a vibrant way of life that reflects centuries of cultural blending. The essence of this nation is its people, a mix of African and Portuguese roots, and their ability to embrace life with a no-stress philosophy. Let's delve deeper into the cultural pulse and everyday lifestyle that make Cape Verde so uniquely captivating. Cuisine, a blend of flavors and heritage. Cape Verdean food is a reflection of its geography and history, blending African, Portuguese, and local island influences into hearty and flavorful dishes. The country's national dish, cachupa, is a labor of love, a slow-cooked stew of corn, beans, sweet potatoes, and sometimes meat or fish. It's more than a meal. It's a cultural experience, often shared among families and friends during festive gatherings. Seafood takes center stage in Cape Verdean cuisine, with dishes like grilled lobster, octopus salad, and freshly caught tuna gracing menus across the islands. Tropical fruits like papaya, mango, and guava add a burst of sweetness, while local beverages like grog, a potent sugarcane rum, and punch, a sweeter grog-based cocktail, bring warmth to any social occasion. For dessert, don't miss bolo de couscous, a dense corn cake often paired with a strong cup of coffee grown on the fertile hills of Fogo Island. Daily life, the no-stress philosophy. Cape Verdeans live by the mantra, no stress, and it's more than just a slogan, it's a way of life. Time moves at its own pace here, and while this might frustrate visitors accustomed to punctuality and efficiency, it's an invitation to slow down and savor the moment. Whether it's a leisurely afternoon spent chatting with neighbors, a communal meal shared in a sunny courtyard, or simply gazing at the ocean waves, life in Cape Verde emphasizes connection over hustle. The streets are alive with informal markets, street vendors, and fishermen selling their catch of the day. It's a place where children play soccer barefoot in dusty alleys, elders gather for spirited games of oral, a traditional African board game, and friends linger over drinks long after the sun dips below the horizon. Language, a bridge between cultures. Cape Verde is officially Portuguese-speaking, but the real heart of communication lies in Cape Verdean Creole, Crioulo, a unique language that evolved from Portuguese and African dialects. Creole isn't just a way of speaking, it's an expression of identity, pride, and community. While visitors will often encounter English in tourist hubs like Sal and Mindelo, learning a few words of Creole, like bom dia, good morning, or obrigado, thank you, is a surefire way to win smiles and warm welcomes. Music, the soul of Cape Verde. If Cape Verde had a universal language, it would undoubtedly be music. It's the island nation's heartbeat, resonating in every corner, from the fishing docks of Mindelo to the bustling streets of Praia. The country's most famous musical export is Morna, a melancholic and poetic genre immortalized by the barefoot diva, Cesaria Evora. These soulful songs often speak of love, longing, and the bittersweet experience of Cape Verde's diaspora, a recurring theme in the nation's identity. But there's more to Cape Verde's musical landscape. Coladera, a more upbeat and playful genre, gets people dancing, while Funana, a high-energy accordion-driven style, stirs the spirit of celebration. Every island has its distinct musical flavor, and festivals like the São Vicente Carnival or the Baía das Gatas Music Festival showcase this rich diversity. For visitors, catching a live performance in a Mindelo bar or on the streets during a festival is a must. You'll feel the rhythm not just in your ears, but in your soul. Sights and cities worth exploring. Fogo Island, where fire meets sky. Imagine standing on the edge of a massive volcanic crater, the earth warm beneath your feet, and the view stretching endlessly to the Atlantic. This is Pico do Fogo, Cape Verde's highest peak, standing majestically at nearly 3,000 meters. It's an active volcano, with its last eruption in 2014, and hiking to the summit is a must for thrill seekers. The island's soil, rich with volcanic minerals, supports vineyards that produce Fogo's unique red wine. Don't miss a tasting session in the charming village of Chá das Caldeiras. Fogo isn't just about dramatic landscapes. Its colonial town of São Felipe enchants with cobblestone streets, pastel-hued houses, and an old-world vibe. The black sand beaches here are hauntingly beautiful, though more suited for a contemplative stroll than a swim. Santo Antão, the green wonderland. A stark contrast to Fogo's ruggedness, Santo Antão is a lush, verdant haven. Known as the Garden of Cape Verde, this island offers jaw-dropping hiking trails that meander through fertile valleys, terraced hillsides, and dramatic cliffs plunging into the sea. The Paul Valley in particular is a stunner, with its banana plantations, sugarcane fields, and mountain springs. Santo Antão is also a place to experience Cape Verde's traditional distillation of grog, a potent rum made from sugarcane. Pair a sip of this fiery spirit with a plate of cachapa, a hearty stew, at a local eatery, and you'll feel like you've unlocked the island's soul. Boa Vista. A desert by the sea Boa Vista, meaning beautiful view, is Cape Verde's beach capital. Endless stretches of golden sand and turquoise waters define this island, which feels almost like a slice of the Sahara transplanted to the Atlantic. The Viana Desert, with its sweeping dunes and dramatic solitude, is a photographer's dream. For wildlife enthusiasts, Boa Vista is home to nesting loggerhead turtles, and visitors can join guided tours to witness this magical event during the nesting season, July to October. Santa Monica Beach, often called one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, is a serene spot, perfect for sunbathing or simply losing yourself in the rhythm of the waves. The island's main town, Sal Rey, offers a relaxed vibe with charming streets and cozy beachfront restaurants where you can savor grilled lobster while watching the sunset. Mindelo, the cultural capital. If Cape Verde had a heart, it would beat to the rhythm of Mindelo, the vibrant city on São Vicente Island. Known for its music, nightlife, and artistic soul, Mindelo is where you'll find the essence of Cape Verdean culture. Stroll along the Marina Mindelo, where colorful fishing boats bob in the harbor and take in the colonial architecture, a legacy of Portuguese influence. Music lovers shouldn't miss a visit to a live music bar to enjoy morna and coladeira, the genres made famous by Cape Verde's legendary Cesaria Evora. If you're lucky enough to be in Mindelo during Carnival, prepare for an explosion of color, music, and unbridled joy that rivals Rio's famous festivities. Sal Island, the gateway to leisure. Sal is where most international visitors land, and it's easy to see why it's a favorite among beachgoers. Santa Maria, the island's main town, boasts powdery white sands, crystal clear waters, and a lively promenade lined with cafes and restaurants. For the adventurous, there's more to Sal than just sunbathing. The Pedra de Lume salt mines, set in the crater of an extinct volcano, offer a unique experience. You can float effortlessly in the salty waters, much like the Dead Sea. Kite surfers and windsurfers flock to Sal's shores for its perfect conditions, making it an adrenaline junkie's paradise. Cape Verde, pros and cons. Perfect year-round climate. Cape Verde boasts an enviable climate often described as eternal spring. With temperatures hovering between the mid-20s to early 30s Celsius throughout the year, you can leave your winter coat behind. Even during the rainy season, August to October, rainfall is minimal compared to tropical destinations like Southeast Asia. Stunning natural beauty. From the volcanic majesty of Fogo to the lush valleys of Santo Antão and the desert meets ocean vibe of Boa Vista, Cape Verde's landscapes are as diverse as they are breathtaking. The islands are a playground for hikers, surfers, divers, and anyone who loves the outdoors. Warm and welcoming people. Cape Verdeans are renowned for their hospitality and laid-back, friendly demeanor. Visitors often remark on how genuine and approachable the locals are, making it easy to feel at home. The country's Creole culture, a mix of African and Portuguese influences, is reflected in everything from its music to its cuisine, stability and safety. Cape Verde is one of Africa's most politically stable nations, with regular, peaceful elections and a solid democratic system. Crime rates are generally low, especially compared to many other tropical destinations, making it a safe choice for travelers and expats alike. Affordable living. For many Westerners, the cost of living in Cape Verde is pleasantly affordable. Locally produced food, public transport, and even long-term rentals are a fraction of the cost you'd pay in Europe or North America. Expats on pensions or remote workers earning foreign currency often find their money stretches comfortably here. Rich cultural life. Cape Verde's music scene is legendary, with genres like morna, coladeira, and funana forming the backbone of its artistic identity. Festivals, carnivals, and vibrant street life add color and rhythm to everyday life. Whether in Mindelo's live music bars or Praya's bustling markets, there's always something to engage the senses. Proximity to Europe and West Africa. Cape Verde's location is a sweet spot for travelers. It's less than 6 hours by air from many European capitals and a short hop from Senegal. This makes it an excellent base for those who enjoy frequent travel. The cons, what might test your patience. Geographic isolation. Cape Verde's remote location is part of its charm, but also a challenge. Importing goods is expensive, and there's often a limited selection in stores. If you're used to certain international brands or products, you may need to adjust your expectations. or pack an extra suitcase. Limited healthcare facilities. While Cape Verde has made strides in improving its healthcare system, public facilities remain basic, particularly on the smaller islands. For specialized or complex treatments, most residents and expats travel to Portugal or other countries. Private healthcare options are available but limited, and having health insurance is highly recommended. The island time mentality. Life in Cape Verde operates at a different pace. The laid-back, no-stress attitude is charming, but it can also mean delays, slower service, and an unpredictable approach to schedules. Patience is a virtue here, and those accustomed to efficiency may find it frustrating. Infrastructure challenges. While the main islands like Sal, Santiago, and São Vicente have decent infrastructure, others are less developed. Power outages, water shortages, and slow internet speeds can be common, particularly in rural areas. Roads on some islands are rough, making travel between towns an adventure in itself. Language barrier. The official language is Portuguese, but most locals speak Cape Verdean Creole in everyday life. While English is understood in tourist hubs like Sal and Mindelo, fluency isn't widespread. Expats often find learning Creole essential for deeper integration into local life. High dependency on imports. While local products like fresh fish, fruits, and vegetables are affordable, imported goods, including electronics, appliances, and even packaged food, can come with a hefty price tag. If you have a penchant for imported wine or European cheese, be prepared to pay a premium. Seasonal wind and dust, Harmattan. During certain months, Cape Verde experiences the Harmattan, a dry wind that blows from the Sahara Desert. This brings fine dust that can affect air quality and visibility. While not a major issue for most, it can be a nuisance for those with respiratory conditions or sensitive skin. Job opportunities for foreigners. Unless you're working remotely or starting your own business, finding employment in Cape Verde can be challenging. The job market is small, and opportunities for foreigners are limited to specialized fields like tourism, language teaching, or development work. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the vibrant world of Cape Verde. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more incredible destinations or dive deeper into travel tips, be sure to check out the other videos on our channel. We've got plenty of adventures waiting for you. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up to show your support. It really helps us reach more viewers like you. And if you have any questions about Cape Verde or ideas for future content, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Your engagement means the world to us and keeps this channel growing. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and tap the notification bell to stay updated on all our new uploads. Whether you're dreaming of your next big trip or just love learning about fascinating cultures, we've got something for everyone. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Safe travels and stay curious.